Welcome. Today we're going to be diving into the topic of overcoming comparison and really learning how you can recognize and embrace your unique gifts and superpowers. Now, comparison can be one of the biggest roadblocks to stepping into the life that you were meant to live, but it doesn't have to hold you back. And so if you're looking for that fulfillment, that joy that comes with all of that, then you're going to want to stick around, because by the end of this video, you're going to walk away with very actionable principles to help you to embrace your individuality, to avoid the trap of comparison, and to use your gifts and superpowers to create meaningful impact. These are strategies that I'd teach you if we were working together one-on-one, packed with tons of action steps to help you implement them and truly see why your uniqueness is one of your greatest strengths. Now, let me just kind of set the stage by asking a question. Have you ever looked at someone else's success and thought, why can't I be more like them? Or maybe that you felt stuck trying to live up to someone else's version of success, leaving you feeling like you're falling short. I feel like I've been there plenty of times in life. Well, here's the truth. Here's the thing that is true no matter what. Comparison is the thief of your joy. But what if I told you that the very things that you're comparing yourself to others about might be the key to uncovering your own unique value? What if the gifts and superpowers, the things you already have, those talents and perspectives that are uniquely yours, are exactly what the world needs right now? Now, my name is Talbert. I'm the founder and author of a book called The GIVER Method. Now, I always hold it up here because I believe that you should be able to go to Amazon, go get a copy of it. I'll put a link in the description so that you can go get it. The GIVER Method. It's going to be something that totally transforms, what you're doing in 2025, your goals, your resolutions, and, creating more impact and living a more fulfilled life. It's a proven framework to unlock your gifts, to discover them and develop those gifts and superpowers so that you can create more impact and create value for those in your sphere of influence, and start to build those deeper, more meaningful connections through every engagement and interaction that you have. Now, before we dive in any deeper, if you are new here, please make sure that you hit subscribe, ring that bell for notifications so that you do not miss out on any of the high-value content about, discovering and unleashing your gifts and superpowers and creating more meaningful impact that we have. At the end of the video, I highly recommend you go check us out on Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, LinkedIn, that you get the book, which I'll have all these links in the description, or that you go to thegivermethod.com. You can learn about how we help people, join our Impact Makers network, things like that. Now, if you are new and you're like, Giver, what is that? Well, there's lots of videos on the channel where I break it down, or you can go get the book and really get an in-depth look at it. But, it is, like I said, GIVER's an acronym helping people with their gifts, their influence, the value they have, every engagement, and making sure that they get what we call relationship riches, those returns. But it comes down to is when you discover and develop your gifts and superpowers and you give them without expecting anything in return, the universe always has a way of paying you back. And so this is my invitation to you to invite the universe to pay you back by discovering, developing those gifts and superpowers and giving them, providing those value to others, which, if you are comparing yourself to others, you could be devaluing what you bring to the table, which is going to impact how much that the universe can pay you back. So let's get started. Let's dive into these steps that you can do to overcome comparison and embrace your uniqueness and the value that you bring with your gifts and superpowers. And so the first thing you want to do is, you have to actually discover your authentic gifts. Discovering your authentic gifts involves recognizing and appreciating the unique combination of talents and perspectives and experiences that make you who you are. These aren't just random abilities that you have. They are the natural tools for creating meaningful impact in ways that no one else can. Often, what you might consider just ordinary about yourself might be extraordinary to others. The process goes well beyond just identifying skills. It's about understanding the unique way of seeing the world, your unique way of seeing the world, and solving problems and connecting with others. Your gifts show up in moments when you lose track of time, or when work feels like play, or when others are just consistently seeking you out for your help. So what you do is you look at dedicating time of reflection. Set aside time each day, 15 minutes, 30 minutes, whatever that may be, for what I call, gift spotting, where you can observe and document moments where you are at your best, and pay attention to activities where you just lose track of time, or you receive consistent positive feedback. These patterns often reveal your just natural gifts and create structured ways. You can create structured ways to gather feedback from others as well. Instead of just asking general questions like, well, what am I good at? Be very specific, like, hey, what have you seen me solve a problem in a unique way? What do you come to me for that you don't go to others for? And when you're a little bit more targeted in your approach, it helps uncover gifts that you may be taking for granted. So first, start by doing those reflections and creating that comprehensive gift inventory, whether that be through journaling, going to, people that you're close to in different aspects of your life, recording down the compliments you get or positive feedback people give you, and then review those past successes and look for the patterns that start to point towards those natural abilities. And then as you do that, you look at the ways that you can design those out and maybe experiment and test and validate the gifts that you've identified. And then, check in with people like mentors or trusted advisors, friends, for feedback along the way. Because understanding your gifts is, your authentic gifts especially, is fundamental to creating sustainable success. When you build your goals and plans around just those natural talents, rather than trying to force yourself into predetermined molds, you create momentum that carries you through challenges and setbacks, and deepen your understanding of your, as you deepen your understanding of your gifts, you become a compass. It becomes a compass for making decisions and about any sort of change or opportunity that you may have, or relationships or growth decisions. It helps you focus your energy, where it will have the greatest impact while maintaining your authentic self in everything that you do. Now, the second step is that you want to transform comparison into growth. This step is, it shifts your relationship about comparison from a source of maybe self-doubt to a catalyst and catapult of growth. Instead of seeing other successes as evidence of your shortcomings, you learn to view them as proof of what might be possible while still staying true to what your unique path is. This transformation, this change, this shift in mindset turns comparison from an enemy into an ally for personal development. And this process involves developing a healthy way to learn from others and maintaining confidence in your distinct approach. It's about finding inspiration in others' journeys without feeling the pressure to replicate exactly what they did, because if you try to replicate it, it will never feel the same. And understand that their path is just one of many possible routes that there could be to success. So start by identifying people whose successes maybe inspire you, and then analyze specifically what aspects resonate with you. Rather than trying to copy their exact path, look for the principles you can adopt to your unique gifts and your unique style. Create what I call a, what's the inspiration translation chart that you could have, where you take successful approaches and you're consciously adapting them to what aligns with your natural gifts. And develop this systematic way to learn from others while staying true to yourself. This might include studying success stories with very specific intention of finding the elements you can adapt to your unique style. Focus on understanding principles rather than copying methods that there could be, because learning to find inspiration in others' success while maintaining your authenticity is going to be so crucial to sustainable growth. It allows you to benefit from others' experiences without losing your unique value proposition or feeling like you're behind someone else. You have to catch up to them. There's a lot of people I could try to catch up to with whatever they're doing, the successes they have, what they're better at than me. And at the same time, not realizing that, hey, I'm at where I'm at right now, and that's a unique perspective compared to anyone else. This sort of a transform relationship with comparison, it accelerates your growth while preserving what makes you special. When you can learn from others without losing yourself, you create unlimited opportunities for growth and development, and you maintain your edge while you're continuously expanding your capabilities and your impact. Now, the third step that you can do is that you build your value foundation. Building this sort of a foundation means identifying and developing the unique ways that you create impact through your gifts and superpowers. It's about understanding how your natural talents and perspectives allow you to serve others in ways that no one else can. This is going to be about, it's not about being better than others. It's about being uniquely effective in your own way. And this sort of building this sort of a foundation includes recognizing that your different approach isn't just acceptable, but actually preferred for certain situations and for lots of different people. Your unique contributions and combination of gifts and superpowers and experiences and perspectives create solutions that wouldn't exist if you were trying to be like everyone else. And so you begin by just map out specific problems or needs that your unique approach is particularly well suited to address, and look for situations where you can where you can bring what's different, and bring those different ways to doing things and actually create better results from it, and keep track of maybe feedback along the way or the outcomes that really do validate what your unique approach is. Create what you might need to do, which is called like value experiments, where you're just doing those tests of different ways to apply your gifts, and track which approach or approaches that you're doing generates the most positive response, and then build on those successes from there. This sort of a systematic approach helps you to refine your understanding of how your unique gifts and superpowers can create value for others. Because when you clearly understand how your unique approach creates value, you stop competing and start standing out naturally. Your difference becomes your advantage rather than things to hide or change. This sort of clarity helps you focus your energy where it will have the greatest impact. Having a strong value foundation, it also builds your confidence and your resilience for when things happen. So when you know exactly how your gifts serve others, comparison loses its power over you, and you develop this unshakable confidence in your unique contribution. Now, the fourth step is you want to create authentic, it's all about creating authentic connections. The more authentic connections that you have, these are the relationships that celebrate and support your true self while appreciating others' unique gifts as well. These sort of connections go beyond surface level networking, to create meaningful bonds where your unique value is recognized and appreciated. It's going to provide, both support for your growth and opportunities where you can share your gifts and superpowers with others. These sort of relationships that you have, as you form them, they create a supportive ecosystem that encourages your authenticity and your growth. They include, mentors who can guide and develop you, peers who can collaborate with you and share insights, and those maybe that you could mentor with using your unique gifts. Each connection serves a unique purpose in your development. So you want to start by identifying people and, within your family, your friends, your network, your community that appreciate distinct approaches and authentic expression, and then look for those opportunities to connect with others who celebrate uniqueness rather than conformity. You could do what's that value exchange partnership where you can share your unique gifts while benefiting from others' distinct contributions as well. Develop regular practices for nurturing these types of relationships. That could be, that you intentionally set scheduled check-ins, or you set up where you guys can collaborate on projects or have shared learning experiences. You focus on creating value through the authentic sharing of your gifts and superpowers. Once again, that's inviting the universe to pay you back in time. Strong, authentic relationships provide you support and encouragement that you need in your, to create your unique approach. They create an environment where your distinct gifts and superpowers can just thrive and develop. These sort of connections multiply your impact while providing validation of your authentic path and where you're at. Quality relationships can create opportunities for growth and impact that wouldn't be possible alone. They form this network that supports your development while providing platforms to share your gifts and superpowers more widely with others. Now, the fifth step is that you want to be delivering unique impact. Unique impact, delivering in this way means creating tangible, meaningful results through your authentic gifts. This isn't about following any sort of a conventional approach. It's about leveraging your unique perspective and abilities to solve problems and create values in ways that others may not even think of. So it focuses on turning your natural talents into concrete contributions that make a very measurable difference that can be seen and felt and understood by others. It's about finding that sweet spot where your unique abilities meet the real needs and create exceptional results for others. And so what you want to do is begin by just identifying specific challenges or opportunities where your unique approach could create breakthrough results. Look for the situations where, conventional solutions aren't working well, and your different perspective might be fresh insight. And then once again, I'm all about creating systems and processes. So how you create that systematic way to deliver value consistently through your gifts. This includes, developing out those types of processes that you could have. It's, creating content or designing services that leverage your unique abilities, and then focus on making, your distinct and unique approach, reliable and scalable for others. When you deliver impact in alignment with your authentic gifts, you create sustainable success that doesn't require, the constant strain or energy depletion that could happen. Your uniqueness and that approach becomes, known and valued, and it creates those natural opportunities for growth and expansion. Consistent, unique impact also builds your reputation and creates a demand for your distinctive contribution. It establishes your place in the world while serving others effectively. Now, our sixth step, gosh, I'm losing count, is you need to embrace your journey. Embracing your journey means accepting and appreciating that your unique path of growth and development is unique and different from others. It includes understanding that, your route to success might look totally different than others' paths, and that it's not just okay, it's actually, an advantage to you. This involves developing comfort in your own timeline and process while maintaining focus on consistent progress. It's about measuring success without, measuring success by growth, I guess, rather than by comparison to others. So you start by just documenting, where are you at in your journey? Like, what are the successes you've had? What are the challenges you've had? Where are you challenged now? And go and create a growth timeline that helps you to create and see the patterns in your development and appreciate the progress that you've had over time. And then develop regular practices of reflecting on them and celebrating your unique path. It could include that you're doing more journaling or meditating or regular conversations with mentors who might help you maintain perspective of where you're at in your journey. When you fully embrace your unique journey, you free yourself from the pressure of comparison. This acceptance allows you to focus on energy, on your energy on, meaningful growth rather than trying to match others' paths. Understanding and appreciating your journey, it's going to help you to maintain motivation and resilience through challenges. It's going to provide you that context for your growth, and it's going to help you to stay committed to your authentic path. Now, the seventh step is going to be, nurturing and focusing on some daily growth. Like, daily growth focuses on that small, consistent actions to develop your gifts over time. It recognizes that significant transformation happens through regular and extremely intentional practice rather than by sporadic big efforts. This involves creating sustainable routines and habits that are supportive of your development of your unique abilities, your gifts, and your superpowers. It's about making growth just a natural part of your daily life rather than an occasional push. It's a lot like a diet, and I can talk to you a lot about, diets where you go all in and fall apart versus just eating healthier and being healthier. It's going to align very similar to that sort of a concept. So begin by identifying small actions you can take each day to develop your gifts and start to have them become your superpowers. Look for those, what are the growth rituals, or specific practices that help you consistently enhance your abilities. And then design, an environment that supports continuous development, both in physical space and daily routines that encourage, regular practice and refinement of your gifts. If you could see the part of my office that's off screen, I've got whiteboards and I've got, windows with marker all over them. There's things that I can constantly go back to in what I'm doing for my development. Consistent daily growth creates the compound effect over time. Small actions, when done regularly, they always lead to significant development of your unique gifts. There is no such thing as an overnight success. It happened because of a lot of support from others and a lot of putting yourself to work over time. Daily growth practices builds momentum and confidence, and it helps you maintain progress while, even when your motivation could be fluctuating or maybe you're going through some sort of a struggle. And of course, the eighth step is about focusing on the legacy that you're leaving. This means creating lasting impact through your authentic gifts. It's going to be what helps you develop ways for your unique contributions to continue just creating that value over time and inspiring others how they can embrace their, uniqueness, their distinct gifts and superpowers, and focus on aligning and finding the ways to share your unique approach that will benefit others long term while encouraging them to discover and develop their own unique gifts. So start by identifying aspects of your unique approach that maybe could benefit others long term, and then create ways to share that, distinct, insights or methods that others could learn from and build upon. Develop, legacy projects that capture and share unique contributions while inspiring others to discover their own authentic gifts. creating, this sort of a legacy, which I talk a lot about in a lot of my videos, like it ensures that your contribution continues to create value beyond that initial moment and that direct involvement. It multiplies your impact while inspiring others to just embrace who they are and their authenticness. A well-developed legacy creates that ripple effect of just positive change while encouraging others to discover and share their unique gifts. Comparison, it's a natural part of life, but it doesn't have to define your story. Remember, it is a thief of joy. Your unique gifts aren't just valuable, they are essential to the world. The world needs your unique combination of gifts and superpowers and perspectives and everything else that you can have there. The steps I'm providing you, they're going to be a framework for embracing and sharing those contributions. So choose one of the steps we talked about to implement this week, and notice how when you do that and you embrace your authentic gifts, it creates natural momentum and impact. Now, of course, at the same time, if you really want to turbocharge this, then the book, The Giver Method, you can go down into the description now, click the link out to Amazon, get yourself a copy of it. Go check us out at thegivermethod.com or on any of the socials as well, so that you can really dive into this guide of discovering and leveraging your gifts for creating maximum impact in others. If this video resonated with you, please give it a thumbs up, share it with someone who may need it, someone who could benefit from it. If you didn't hit subscribe yet or ring that bell, go ahead and do that now. Now is the time to do it. And leave a comment about which of these steps maybe you're most excited to try. Sometimes whatever you share helps give clarity or inspiration to others down the road. And so with that, I'll just say until next time, keep growing and keep giving, and remember that your unique gifts are exactly what the world needs right now, and so do not deprive the world of it. Bring out your uniqueness and apply it in so many different ways. I promise you that when you do that, you're going to live a more fulfilled life. You're going to create greater impact. You're going to be inviting the universe to pay you back in all sorts of amazing ways. So with that, we will catch you in our next video, and have a great rest of your day.